should put a screen behind it.
You can sort of adjust it to find the center. And I kind of make micro adjustments once it reaches the repose just to get it perfectly centered.
So scientific sand is sweet, isn't it?
Yeah. And see, you can already tell. So just that me moving it caused a couple avalanches.
Yeah.
But those aren't real avalanches,
Right.
so I'll probably toss that data. But yeah, I have it all plotting in real time so I can see what's happening. And this is the nth avalanche and its magnitude, and then this is the actual exceedance plot in real time.
So there's so many interesting things we can do. So truth of the matter is we really want to bubble level that.
Yep.
And then we want to do a
You can see
bias.
just
Then you
how-
want to do a bias so that it has a tendency to fall in one direction and see the effect of bias.
There definitely is one. You can just play around with where it hits. Like if you move
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
a centimeter off every direction, it definitely will only
Is
avalanche
there
that.
any sort of piece of something we could put behind here?
Cardboard.
Dusty! You're getting glued. Oh, it comes right off. Yeah, do we have a piece of cardboard? Give me a piece of cardboard so I can see. How are you going to measure right over there? If possible.
It's all core.
What's that?
It's all core material. Honeycomb.
Oh, sorry.
Let's see right here.
I thought that box.
We
You'll see right through that. We could put the box. Should I do that, or is it mine? It's just going to be easier to contrast it. See the way it's leaning?
Yeah.
Yeah, we got to.
That's why I need a Mark II thing. It just
What's that look like? Is that any better? Oh, I like that.
pretty good to me.
See, that looks good.
Like to a camera.
I think this is a 5-inch platen, I think. I think it maxes out about 200 to 250 grams. But yeah, see how much closer it's already is to one inside of the platen than the other just from the bias.
Yeah.
So yeah, so I'm going to talk with my dad, and we've got a pretty good setup at home. So
What? You got a setup like this at
a
home?
machining setup to machine the new parts.
Oh, okay. Oh, because he's Mr. Haas. That's right. And he works for Mr. Haas anyway. All right. We got to get all that so that we can absolutely level it. And then there is a great value in adding a bias. I'm serious.
Oh, definitely. And
I mean,
to
there's so
measure
many
it.
experiments that can be done.
Yeah. And I don't know if I told you, but I'm going to be around all summer. I'm at least until September. So
That's cool, man. Let's just shake it out because this is really cool stuff.
I agree.
I know it. I mean,
Yeah,
I had
I-
somebody ask me, "How did you find a student that would be willing to do that?" I mean, it's cool.
And I haven't started reading it, but I printed it
Buy?
out. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
the BTW, Bogtang and Weisenfeld. That's it.
I think it's about ready to go. Yeah, there it goes. That's the first one.
Cool. And it just collects back in that little container.
Yep. Yeah, I was having
Theirs is all made up. That's the cool thing.
yeah, I found some actual MATLAB models just free online of their stuff.
Cool.
It's like you
Ah,
can
there was
do
one.
an experimental Sandpile.
Oh,
It's kind of just mesmerizing to watch after a while.
it's like a Chinese hat. God, this stuff has a really low angle of repose, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Oh my God, those are big avalanches, dude.
It's weird, yeah. Once you start, there's like a level that they want to be at, a minimum level. And yeah, the bigger the platen, the bigger the minimum level is. You see a few that are smaller, but there's like a carrying capacity almost, that it can't,
Yeah.
you never see a single grain of sand fall off.
Right. No, it's very interesting. You know what else is interesting to me? If we could, are we passing through an interesting dynamic instability where if we could flow it really fast, it would just constantly flow around, right?
Yep, that's how, like, when I'm done with the experiment, I just open the valve all the way, and it always remains a constant angle, and the sand is always
See,
flowing off.
that is cool too, because we've gone past the instability. That is, I don't know that anyone's talked about that, so I don't know. I got to read more about it, but I think that's really important.
So what is the best way to start on light review? Just start looking for 1/F stuff and self-organized criticality stuff? Like I was going to go talk to our librarian.
The best way to see. Well, you want to see if there's any other experiments that have done it. Experiments in self-organized criticality. You can't believe the number of systems it's being applied to.
So yeah, even then you sort of start getting the curve.
Yeah. Oh, so are you building it as you go?
Yep.
Oh, that's awesome.
But again, we've got about 10 confounding data points from just the start of the experiment.
Yeah, but you know, there's something that I saw, and now of course I can't tell, but there's this little knee that is in each one of your data sets has a little knee.
Yeah.
Is that what is that?
I have no idea.
Is that important?
That seems to be a data cluster, so I think that's where like you see that minimum avalanche size occurs sort of around there, you know? So it's a higher percentage than would be in a normal
Right.
distribution.
Right.
Something that has to do
Right.
with it.
There's something important about that that's worth trying to sort out. So you need to do multiple experiments at the same platten size to see if we get the same sort of knee every time at the same location. See if we get the same exceedance curves every time.
So what I've been doing is, so this experiment is about to end when it gets to right about 500 seconds, and then I run it again at the level, just take 10,000 more data points and concatenate them. Just to get more avalanche frequency.
Oh, so what do? You increase the flow rate?
No, I take another 10,000 data points at the steady state.
Okay, yeah, right.
Usually maybe 2 more times, because all those data sets are saying you were 30,000, and so this is just 10,000, so I do that 3 times in a row.
Oh, so you're doing the experiment 3 times, okay. Okay. No, that's cool.
Yeah, I can send you all the video too, but they're pretty much all like this. Some of them more me fiddling around with it.
Well, this one looks pretty good because you can really see it.
I think it's done, so let's start another one.
So we also have to unfortunately mess with flow rate, okay?
Yeah. And that's the real reason I want the other one.
So you can adjust that more. Boy, this stuff flows beautifully though, doesn't it?
Yeah, I don't know where that critical static height is, so my next one I'm going to make clear.
Yeah.
Just sort of,
Right,
have it
we
more,
need to figure it out, yeah.
have it more metered. Because I can measure the flow rate really easily just based on the slope of everything.
Yep.
But yeah, I need to have a better way to control it. Or at least like maybe put markers on there or have some sort of a
To see that we
some
reach
sort
that
of system,
constant
you know,
flow
one
rate,
turn or
yeah.
half a turn.
Right,
And I want to see if there's like clogs or anything. I just have no idea.
right,
Black
right,
box.
right.
The Mark II is going to be pretty impressive.
Good.
If you say so myself.
This is cool. I'm glad you're liking it, man. Because I think it's really cool. I mean,
It's awesome. Is that it's just so.
what just happened? Did you just move it? Oh no, you put a window in front of it. What happened that I can't see it anymore?
Yeah, I had to bring this up.
Oh yeah.
I had to restart the DAC.
It's gorgeous, man.
Yeah, this like when you see really up close.
Yeah.
It's pretty interesting.
Really gorgeous.
So yeah, in MATLAB are we going lower yet? No, are we going lower yet? And then once it starts to fall, I take that peak value and save it, and then are we going higher yet? Are we going higher yet? No. And then once we hit the bottom, I save that and take the difference. I thought it would be more difficult. I thought the avalanches would be, I don't know, those are pretty like straight saw teeth, you know, it's pretty.
No, it's awesome, isn't it?
And the scale's like perfect for it. The scale is taking 20 data points a second and constantly outputting them. And yeah, it just plugs into a USB cable.
That's awesome. Yeah, that's awesome.
I'll play.
Yeah, so you need to write up what your data acquisition rate shows. It's 20 hertz. You need to just start putting all the experimental procedure stuff together.
Definitely.
And I did this kind of video where we're not confined with the background. I'd like to share that with my guy who's a, you know, SOC maniac.
Is that Ted?
Yeah. You met him before, right? He came.
Yeah, he came and talked. Yeah, I need to find a way. Like I save all my data from every there's all my intermediate variables and everything from every run too, so I can give you these plots too if you want.
I don't know what I really will need,
But I'm saving every data. I'm saving every video.
yeah, no, it's the right thing to
It's
do.
all there.
That knee bugs the shit out of me.
It's always there,
I know.
except for the one. There was one data set that I gave you yesterday that
the
didn't have
small
it.
platten, whatever, the smallest platten.
It was the biggest platten.
Oh,
But that was like the worst looking data. It looked like the flow rate was changing throughout the whole data. Like the mass curve, instead of being straight, it was like bent up and then lots of fluctuation.
see, it's really true that it's always happening on this one side too. So,
Yeah. We can change that just by
well, we just need to have we have to have a better platten control. This is really cool.
it's crazy how sort of cutting edge of a science it is with this dirt simple methodology.
No,
and
it's cool.
materials.
It's very cool. No, this just goes to show you that there's a lot of phenomena that no one can really understand.
Yeah.
And so this approach is just, okay, we're just going to look at the statistics and this is the way it is. Here's what's likely to happen. What's most likely to happen is you're going to get little ones. That's what, you know, in the world of Homeland Security, you know, when you look at hazards, you say, so out here is like, you know,
Bridge being blown up or something.
yeah, it doesn't happen very often. So do you try to prevent it? No, you just rebuild it, right? So stuff that's rare, you don't try to prevent. You got to figure out where that threshold happens to lie.
Or if you can trip them to make them get
Yes.
the magnitude smaller.
Yeah. No, that is, so that's what forest fire management is about.
Yeah.
You have a lot of small fires that you set so that you can't have a big fire.
That's how it should operate, but we don't do that anymore. And that's
Well,
like an
because
opposite
people
of
freak out.
Yeah.
People don't understand, so they really need to be educated.
Or people build their houses where forest fires frequently
That's really
happen.
idiotic.
Southern
And then,
California.
guess what? Did you hear the latest round of the past 2 years is those people don't want to pay fire fees. And so the fire department said, we are not going to respond to a fire at your place. And they're pissed off. They said, no, I'm not going to pay fire fees, but you better put the fire out at my house. It's not right, man.
All these
People are now have this, they bitch about welfare people, but then they're asking for the same thing.
it's all this entitlement.
Yeah. Pay for it, man. Pay for it. You want fire protection, you pay for it.
Well, this
No,
is gonna
they-
be a big one. I'm sort of interested in the frequency too. That's what they call 1 over F.
No, I
right?
know.
Because it's definitely there.
Well, it is there because we're at a critical point for the sand pile.
Yeah, just in the raw spread of the avalanches, looks pretty chaotic. Looks pretty
Does,
random.
doesn't it? Isn't it interesting how Exceedance organizes the data?
Yeah. The more data you get, though, the less prominent that knee is. But definitely, there's way more data up here than down there.
Yeah. Oh man, we just got a big one. I had to rescale the X.
Yeah, that's the biggest one so far.
If you're pulling here, would there be any?
It's awesome, dude. I gotta go back to my office hours.
Sounds good.
I gotta meet Tice for lunch. I promised. He's leaving. I'm gonna miss it, man. Even though I haven't spent a lot of time with him, I like having him around.
Yeah, he's a fun guy. Where you guys going to lunch at? Subway?
I don't.
That's a good 2 million.
understanding it beginning to end.
And then, like, there's also the fact that if you have this this film on the outside that you're using to measure electrical conductivity, how do you know that film isn't providing another layer of support? But then,
Or that you're not like shorting it through the carbon and getting that conductivity.
yeah.
Look at it go. It's an avalanche machine.
It looks like it's avalanching everywhere now.
Yeah, but if you look, the center is like way off to the side. It's definitely way biased to one side because it's so fucking crooked.
This is a really high flow rate.
Didn't tell you. I don't think so. I need to have a better way of controlling it though, like some sort of dial indicator up there or more, you know, instead of just twisting a knob, have something, a transverse screw or worm screw or something. I can just write numbers on it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and turn up to 5 is the highest and 1 is the lowest.
That's to 11.
Any sort of consistency would be better than I got now. Yeah, my dad said that we're gonna vacuum tables up. We're gonna make those other 2 parts. So as soon as I get the filling in, we can make the other valve up here.
What were the other 2 parts?
It's
Yeah,
like a
the
cross.
plate, yeah, right. Yeah. Vacuum table would be so cool.
I think my dad made it. He just